Are you struggling to know when exactly to water your pot plant? Are you afraid of overwatering, underwatering, doing it too often, not doing it frequently enough? I get it. I was there too. And when I first started off with plants, all I wanted to know was when my plants need a drink. Well, if you've had these questions as a new plant parent, then your girl has hooked you up today, because we're going to go through exactly what you need to know, and I'm going to help you answer it. I'm Sharon Carpenter, and I'm a plant parent, and I'm going to show you a tool that I use as a go-to. When I first started out with houseplants, this tool was a game changer for me, and I know it can be for you too. So let's just get straight into it. These are moisture meters, and I have two here to show you today. I swear, guys, these have saved me so many headaches. They tell me when to water my plant. They tell me when not to water my plant. And the best thing is, no batteries. They give me a really super fast read, and there's no guesswork involved. Now, there are other methods than using moisture meters. There's the finger test. You know, when you put your finger in the first couple of centimeters of soil. But now, there are times that I love to get dirty with my plants, but every day is not one of them, especially when I've just had my nails done. I don't want to stick my hand in my pot, or all the pots I have, every single day just to see who needs a drink. So I'm not going to do that. There's also the skill development of being able to lift a pot and just knowing instinctively when the plant needs a drink based on the weight of the pot. Now, that's great, but it does take a little time to learn. And I've got all different types of pots in my house. Not every pot is the same. Terracotta, clay, and concrete are a lot heavier than plastic. And I don't always know that when I lift that pot, if the plant needs a drink or not. So what do? Moisture meters remove the guesswork. And when you're just starting out with plants, you need a little bit of a helping hand. So let's quickly talk about what's not perfect about these. Their accuracy is not always assured. And if you have a bit of a look online, there's lots of videos out there that will tell you all about the technicalities of these instruments, how they work, and that they rely on a list or a table of every plant imaginable, along with the exact number that you need to have on the meter to know when to water your plants. Forget all of that, guys. Scrap that, throw it away. I've got you covered. That just complicates things way too much. The other thing I hear about is that people saying that after they got one of these moisture meters, their plant died. Okay, I don't get quite how the moisture meter's at fault. I mean, it's not like the moisture meter just got up and went on a murderous rampage amongst your plant collection. There could have been a ton of reasons why your plant died, why the plant died. I'm not convinced that it was the meter that was at fault. The fact is, you don't need accurate precision when you're first starting out with your houseplants. You need a guide. And all these years later, these are still my go-to when I want to just pop around and see which plants need a drink and which ones can wait a few days. So on the market, typically you have these single prong moisture meters and these double. The single will just measure moisture. We'll give you a reading from 1 to 10. These ones with two prongs will do the same as the single prong, but they measure pH and light and possibly other things too. I'm not covering this. I never used it that way. I've only ever used this to tell me when my plants need a drink. So that's really all I'm going to talk about today. So some quick tips. Test multiple places in the pot, because different spots can have different moisture content. And don't leave the probe in the pot permanently. That's not how it's supposed to work. These tips will get corroded. So do your measurement, take the reading, remove it, and just clean it with a microfiber cloth. All you need to do, pop it back for next time. Now, at the time of recording this, these were selling for around about $12 to $15 each, or you could get two for $19, $20 Australian. So essentially, that's less than $10 for two, and when you lose one, you have a backup. Or is that just me? I will have links in the description to these products. I am not sponsored by anybody, but if you do buy one of these moisture meters using my links, I will get a small commission. So to use a moisture meter, just insert the probe into the soil exactly like this. I recommend testing it in 3 different places, although 2 places will do if the pot's small. Now, for plants that need to dry out, like sansevieria, succulents, or say a ZZ plant, these are plants that like to be bone dry. So let it go all the way to dry. Wait a couple of days, then water the plant. Trust me, for those types of plants, if it went a week or even 2 at dry, nothing bad is going to happen. These plants have the ability to store a lot of moisture for a long time, and they will use those reserves. Now, for everything else, water on 3. So that's basically on the boundary of moist and dry. And if you water on 3 for everything else, you'll do really well. Not sure? Don't know if your plant needs to stay moist or almost dry or is a bit more water loving or whatever the case, water on 3. Now, if it's 5 or above, don't water. And that's it. No chance, no different readings per plant, knowing whether, oh, this African violet needs to be 5 and this Dracaena needs to be 4. Too complicated. Let's simplify it. Keeping it super easy and simple keeps it fun. So unless your plant is one that really likes to be super bone dry, water on 3. Water on 3. So, moisture meters. Are they perfect in every way? No. Are they a great guide? Yes. So if you got value out of this video, please give it a like. Consider subscribing to the channel if you're a plant parent and you want all tips and tricks to be a better plant parent. But now I just wanted to tell you, if you want to know the best houseplant potting soil for your houseplants is my go-to houseplant soil, be sure to check out the next video coming up in the card in a minute, and may you always get joy from your houseplants. Bye.